Hello, my name is Malikar. Nice to meet you. Welcome back to Steinsgate Linear Bounded Phenogram. Let's continue this craziness that is going on, and let's just go. After she greeted me, Mayuri started chewing on the breadcrumbs stuck to her fingertips. The cold lump that was in my chest melts away. As I let out a large breath, I wiped the sweat off my forehead with the back of my hand. Let her do it. I miss it.
おかえりんイコールおかえりプラスオカリンだったはず。
Yes.
故におかえりんオカリンはおかえりプラスオカリンかける2となって文法的に不自然なのだ。
Let her. Whatever you just said.
確かにそれもそうだね。でもそれはそれでなんだかメイクインニャンニャンみたいで可愛いかも。
Mayuri gives me a carefree smile. Her logic is beyond me, but that's a good thing. This unpredictable interaction are the true essence of this lab and provide the serendipity necessary for gadget development. What's more, I was simply happy to regain our usual everyday life.
で、お前の手はどうしてそんな風にハドマンドのようになっている？
これはパン粉だよ。
見ればわかる。俺が聞いているのはその理由についてだ。
ダル君のお手伝いをしていたからなのです。
Mayuri's breadcrumb-ridden fingertips point toward the kitchen. When I turn to look, I see a man resemble a barrel standing in front of the stove. It was Daru. Wait a second, why the music just stopped? With his back hunched, he looks even more like a barrel than usual. Okay.
何をしてるんだ、ダル。
マイネちゃんに触発された。
マイネちゃん？
マイネちゃんと言ったらクッキンアイドールマイネちゃんのことに決まってんだろ、ジョコ。
Sure.
つまり
料理してるってこと。開発評議会のための料理。買い出しに行ってお菓子はゲットしてきたけど、それだけじゃ物足りないっしょ。
At this point in our game of conversation catch, we have thrown the ball back and forth 3 times, but I still haven't the foggiest idea what he's talking about. I ask a follow-up question.
なぜお前が作る必要がある？
僕が作っちゃ悪いん？
悪くはないが、ピザはどうなった？
I remember that in the other world line, Daru was supposed to have ordered 3 pieces for delivery. I would think those will be more than sufficient to fit the development summit. Then Mayuri answered. Mayuri spoke with her hands still up in the air like a sword. I'm imagining her. Why they didn't throw her?
ピザラットはね、お休みだったのです。
休み？あそこの店に定休日なんてあったか？
定休日じゃなくて臨時休業だって。ダル君が電話したらそう言ってたみたい。
Daru nods with his back still turned to me.
何かあったのかな？
Me
ピザ
too.
ソースがなくなっちゃったとか。
This is impossible.
とにかくそんなわけでピザラットはお休みで、それじゃあ代わりにキッチン二郎のメンチカツが食べたいなーってマユシーが言ったら、だったら僕が作るをってダルくんが
ちょうど昨日の放送で マイネちゃんがメンチカツを作ってたんだ。ハードディスクに録画してあるからそれを見ながらなら作れるかなって。
だからマユシーはそのお手伝いをすることにしたの。
I look at the TV to see a cute girl, supposedly Main-chan, frozen in place with her index finger pointed up. They have paused their recording. Dory returns to his position in front of the stove and checks the oil temperature inside the tempura pot. Mayuri goes back to her spot too. Standing next to Daru, she sprinkles breadcrumbs over meatballs mixed with flour and egg. Is it okay for me to leave them to their own devices? A moment of worry enters my mind. I'm worried too, and I'm worried about the pizza rat stuff. What the hell? Because Mayuri didn't go out the pizza closet? What? Where is Kurisu now? I peek into the developed room and... She's there. Oh, okay. Don't scare me. Kurisu is sitting in front of the PC monitor, typing away at the keyboard. I sneak up behind her.
逃げっとできたか？栗ご飯とカメハメハよ。
なんで知ってるのよ。
Kurisu in a rush shuts off the monitor and stands up with her arms spread open. What's behind her?
俺の魔眼をもってすれば、その程度のことを見通すのはたやすい。別に
アットちゃんをしてたわけじゃないから、ちょっと調べ物してただけ。
調べ物？タイムリープマシンはすでに完成している。これ以上何を調べる必要があると
Kurisu bites her lip, looking annoyed. Her eyes wanders as she looked for some way to change the subject.
それにしてもよかったわね。
何が？
マユリのこと。
I'm clueless. She's not supposed to know anything about the ransom note or that Mayuri had gone missing in another timeline. And it's not just Kurisu. There's no way Daru or Mayuri will know. I peek over at the kitchen. The two of them sang along joyfully as they flattened their meatballs.
あげればメンチカツだよ。キャベツはどう出た。
No singing.
マユシ、キャベツ波動ってなんぞ？
タルくん知らないの？キャベツ波動っていうのはね。
Pieces had returned to our everyday life, but these peaceful days would crumble at the slightest divergence in the world line. I understood that all too well. What if something happens after this? There's no guarantee that it won't. To make sure we are prepared, I may need to explain things to Kurisu at least. With this on my mind, I turned back toward the develop room and spoke.
なあクリスティーナ、ちょっといいか？
I lead Kurisu down the staircase and out to the front of Brown Tube Workshop.
何よ、こんなところに連れ出して。
ああ、実はな。
I told Kurisu about my experience in previous world lines. There was no way to do so without mentioning that I had leaped, but for some reason Kurisu accepted that with little hesitation. Today, in a different world line, the workshop next to us is supposed to close early, but in this one they are still open. Inside the lights shine bright and the 42-inch CRT in the back is turned on. The owner, Mr. Brown, is also present. He stands imposingly as he watches the news.
なるほど、話は分かったわ。ただ、長々と説明してくれたところ悪いんだけど、実はその話聞いたのこれで2度目なのよね。
2度目？
Wait, what?
そう、2度目。とにかく
今の話を聞いてだいたい状況はつかめたわ。あんたの身に何が起こったのかも分かった。ただ一つだけ確認しておきたいことがあるの。
2の目 ?2 の目
D メールはどうなってる？いくつから送られてきたっていう例の脅迫メール。
It should be gone. Mayur hasn't been abducted in this timeline. Or so I think as I open. Oh! As I thought the ransom letter that each sent via email had disappeared without a trace. But there are 3 from
ないみたい
Mayuri.
ね。
Wait. I suddenly realize Chris is standing next to me. She looks at my cell phone screen and sees something that catches her attention. Yeah, 3 mails from Mayuri.
ねえ、この3通のメールは何？これも D メールみたいだけど。
It must be the email I sent from Mayuri's phone in the previous word line. I opened the message to confirm. Okay, it is. And it was just as we thought. Don't scare me, keep Mayuri in to stop kidnapping. When my past self saw this email, it must have set us on a path to this word line. That's why Mayuri is in the lab right now. That's why she's able to stand in the kitchen and sing a song about Meichukatsu. There are no problems, absolutely none. Except for the one thing that bugged me.
おかしい。
What?
何が？
この3通の D メール、いずれも受信時刻が今日の15時20分になっている。俺が直前の世界線でこいつを送ったのは18時20分前後のことだった。送信先の時刻指定はダルに任せた。マユリが確実にラボにいると認められた時刻が15時16分だったから、その時刻に D メールを送るようダルに頼んだんだ。
それが15時20分だったってことね。
ああ。
で、それの何がおかしいっていうの？
電話レンジカッコ仮は1時間単位でしか D メールを送ることができなかったはず。タイマーの1秒は現実の1時間に換算され、その時間分過去へと遡って D メールは送信される。ところで助手よ、15時20分は18時20分の何時間前だ
？3時間前。
その通り。たったの3時間前。つまりダルは電話レンジカッコ仮のタイマーを3秒にセットしたということになる。一方、これまでの実験結果から D メールを1時間前に送信するのは不可能であることが確かめられている。なぜならこの時電話レンジカッコ仮のタイマーに設定するのはたったの1秒であり、この短い稼働時間では放電現象が起こらないからだ。では3秒ではどうだろう。果たしてこの3秒の間に放電現象は発生したのか。さらにその間に俺はマユリの携帯の送信ボタンを押さなければならなかったはず。どうだろう。俺はダルが電話レンジカッコ仮を起動してからわずか3秒の間に送信ボタンを押すことができたのだろうか。答えは否だ。確実に3秒以上は経っていただろう。ところがどういうわけか。
はいはいはいはい、分かった分かった。もう十分よ。それ以上言わなくても大丈夫。
Thank you.
答え教えてあげましょうか。
答え？
簡単なことよ。電話レンジは改良されたの。タイマーの1秒が現実の1分に換算されるようにね。だから3時間前に D メールを送ることが可能だったのよ。3時間は180分。橋田は単にタイマーを180秒に設定しただけ。
180秒もあれば放電現象を起こすには十分。そういうことか。
Curious notes.
改良したのは誰だ？
もちろん私。
ではとう、どうしてお前は別の世界線ではその改良をしなかった？
そんなこと聞かれても困るけど、多分お金がなかったんじゃない？改良した電話レンジにはものすごく高価でレアな部品が使われてるの。それを手に入れることができなかったから改良は諦めたんだと思う。
だったらこの世界線ではその資金はどうやって調達したって言うんだ？
Don't tell me that it's about the flyer thing.
魔改造計画で余った資金を使ったのよ。
魔改造計画？
ちょっと待ってよ、それも知らないっていうの？未来ガジェット魔改造計画、あんたが立案した計画なのよ。
Ah, come to think of it, Daru mentioned it when preparing for the D-mail. He said something like, good thing we magic modded it, oh, but he never clarified what he was talking about. I narrowed my eyes as I asked Kurisu.
なんだよそれは。
やっぱり覚えてないんだ。きっとリーディングシュタイナーのせいね。
It seems that way.
それじゃあ秋葉発明コンテストの件は？
なあ、それなら知ってる。
I take the flyer from my pocket and unfold it for Kurisu.
だったら話は早いわ。つまりそういうこと。
So we entered.
それだけでは何もわからん。ちゃんと説明してくれ。
だからあんたはどこかでこのチラシを見つけてきて、突然コンテストに参加するって言い出したのよ。きっと金に目がくらんだのね。
しっけえな。おそらくこの俺のことだから金よりも名誉の方に惹かれたのだろ
まあとにかくそんなわけでラボにあるガラクタの数々を応募することにしたのよ。
ガラクタって言うな。
でもあんた自身もそう考えてたみたいよ。このままではダメだ、対象は取れん、改良の必要がある、そう言い出したんだって。それで
未来ガジェット魔改造計画が始動することになったわけか。
そういうこと。もっとも私は直にその発言を聞いたわけではないんだけどね。魔改造計画に取り掛かったのは一月も前のことだったみたいで、その頃私はまだラボにはいなかったから。
What? According to Chris, under my proposed Magic Mode project, the following improvements have been made to our gadgets. First of all, future gadget number 1, the bit particle gun, was originally able to change channels on a TV in sequential order. But apparently with the additional buttons on the top of the clip, it can now turn the TV on and off too. Next, regarding future gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. This problem child of a device is made up of bamboo toy helicopter and a CCD camera attached to its fulcrum. However, the camera spins around as the copter does. Viewing the footage can make the observer nauseous. Then came the implementation of a gyro sensor. With this, we prevent the camera from spinning, making stable non-spinning videos possible. For the future gadget number 3, could this be Aura? We include an additional function to measure the pH of a test subject's saliva. This gadget is also called lie detector, determining wherever the test subject was lying or not, based on the sweet of their tongue. But with this additional function, the credibility of the device improved, apparently succeeding in making this device looking even more like a real lie detector. Future gadget number 4, mod snake. Oh. Like we don't have it with us? Apparently, because it looked dangerous, we determined that there was no way it could win the and screwed it. Okay, we good. Then let's continue with the gadget number 5. Once again, I made something worthless by Goemon. Was a unique marriage between a hair dryer and a vacuum cleaner. We installed an air purifier into this device by cleaning the exhausted air. The mod made it into an eco-friendly gadget. Future gadget number 6. The alien saber had a fatal flaw where the fake blood inside would solidify after it had been lit up. Through the Magic Mod project, this defect has been resolved. The fake blood never solidifies, and the texture is even more realistic, apparently. Last but perhaps most impressive is future gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball. What was once made up of 6-inch CRT TV was now composed of super high resolution sheet type OLED displays. It used 12 pentagonal displays and 20 hexagonal displays, making it a truncated icosahedron, much like a regular soccer ball. At each corner of each display is installed a high-performance widescreen CCD camera. The image captured by this camera are displayed on the screen opposite. The only drawback, apparently, is its extremely long time.
それにしてもよくそんな資金があったものだ。しかも一部は余り電話レンジ括弧仮の改良に使われたという。一体誰がそんな金を。
それは
Before she could answer, a slicing scream echoed through the air. It's Mayuri voice coming down from above us. When I look up, I see it flickering inside the window. That gleam red light could only be... Kurisu dashed up the staircase, and I follow close behind. Kurisu and I throw open the door the lab, and are immediately pushed back by an intense wave of heat. The room was filling with dark smoke. Visibility was poor. I could hardly see even a few meters in front of me. I call out their names as loudly as I can. A response came quickly. I crouched down and peeked below the smoke. The room is divided by a wall of fire. And beyond the blazing flames was Mayuri. She trembled like a small animal. The flames are blocking her path over to me. Daru was standing right next to me. What the hell? His flustered completely at a loss for what to do in this situation. I'm not going to ask him what happened just yet, saving Mayuri comes first. My lab coat was already off. Holding it in one hand, I ran for the kitchen sink. I turned on the faucet and soaked my coat in water. A weak voice from beyond the fire. I can hear Mayuri calling me, but I didn't take the time to respond. I covered myself in the soaked lab coat and without hesitation I jumped into the fire. When I burst through the wall of flame, right in front of me was Mayuri. Is she okay?
Mayuri,
never mind me. As I spoke, I took off my lab coat and wrapped it over Mayuri's head. I wrapped it around her front to cover her entire body.
なんだかハロウィンのお化けみたい。
Okay, let's get out of here.
もしくは警察に連行されていく犯罪者だな。
Guys, let's go. We don't have time for this recon. I know.
さあ行くぞマユリ。
I picked Mayuri up and jumped through the flames once more. I ran down the stairs and come in front of the brown tube workshop. The fire has already drawn a crowd. Roaring at the front of it was the owner. He was swinging his massive arms around as if he was ready to beat the hell out of me any second. Daru was trying desperately to calm him down. He held on the owner's upper body and planted his feet.
おい岡部、こいつは一体どういうことだ。てめえとんでもないことをしてくれやがったな。
For some reason, he's blaming me. Well, it's true that I am the CEO of the lab, so I guess it's my responsibility. Then, as if she could read my thought, Mayuri spoke.
全部マユシーのせいなの。マユシーが火のついた天ぷら鍋に水をかけちゃったから。そしたら炎がボワーってなって鍋がひっくり返って、だからごめんねオカリ、クリスチャン、本当にごめんなさい。
待って、謝るのはまだ早いわ。その前にどうして天ぷら鍋の油に火がついたのか理由を教えてくれない？
ちゃんと見てなかったのか？
ダル君は録画したマイネちゃんの番組を見てて、マユシーはその時新一さんと電話を。
新一？
中瀬新一さん、吹雪ちゃんのお兄ちゃんだよ。吹雪ちゃんのお兄ちゃんは質屋で働いてるレイヤーさんなの。
It was stupid of me to ask. All this information is trivial. But the mystery was solved. We knew how the fire broke out. First of all, after putting the tempura pot on the burner, Daru got swept away by Meishan's show. Meanwhile, Mayuri was busy on the phone with this Fubuki brother person, so she too was ignoring the pot. The temperature of the oil in the ignored pot rose to its boiling point and started to vaporize. Then the flames from the gas stove reacted with the vapor, turning it into a gigantic column of flame. The frightened Mayuri instinctively threw water at it in hopes of putting the fire out. But that is the only forbidden action one must never take against an oil flame. The water instantly evaporates, and the resulting explosion sprays burning oil in all directions. From a distance, I can the siren of a fire truck. I stand there, vacantly looking up at the lab. The fire shows no signs of waning. In fact, it keeps growing harsher and harsher.
ガジェット、せっかく魔改造したのに水の泡ね。
Wait, what about the Kurisu motors?
いや、この際その件はどうでもいいよ。それよりも僕らが苦労して集めた宝の方が。
I soon realized that Daru was standing next to us. The owner had run into the workshop to grab what looked like important documents and run away somewhere.
宝って何？
Kurisu inquires. Daru, looking at the second floor window, absently responds.
スケブのことだお。
スケブ？
スケッチブックのこと。
What's with that sketchbook?
あの中には青梅さん、糸野井さん、猪本さん、海近さん、勘弘さん、七成さん、日野板さん、堀幸さん、
Okay, too many
それだけ
people.
じゃないよ。他にもたくさん有名な絵師さんのイラストが。でもこの炎の中じゃもうダメぽ。きっと焼き尽くされちゃう。
Okay, what about the phone wave? You're the one that causes this. I wanted to scream, but I managed to choke back my words. Scolding Daru is pointless. Either way, what's done can't be undone. What's done cannot be undone. What's done can be undone. Right. That's right, what I'm doing waiting around here. At this rate, the phone wave and the complete time leap machine will be burned to ashes. Since we can guarantee that Mayuri won't be kidnapped, it will be really bad if I can't send email or time leap anymore. And furthermore, this lab houses a countless number of our precious memories. I won't let some poor oil destroy our holy sanctuary, our grand future gadget laboratory. My feet had started moving before I could think. I confidently ascended the steps of the staircase.
ちょっと岡部、何するつもり？
What I'm doing? Foolish question. There's only one thing left to do. Extinguish the fire. I opened the door and entered the lab once again. I put an nervy lab coat over my head and jumped into the fire. I leaped through the wall of flame and tumbled into the developed room. Luckily, the fire hasn't yet reached this area. The phone wave is safe. Now, to deal with the fire, I will put it out. I should extinguish it. I had two options. Leap through time or send an email. There's risk involved with the former. The time leap machine is defective. Kurisu told me that in the previous world line. Come to think of it, maybe the time leap machine malfunction were caused by the magic modes. Maybe when the improvements to the phone wave were made, the copy and pasting of memories data stopped working properly. At any rate, there is no room for error. I must choose the option with guaranteed success. And that's the email. I will send an email. The receipt will be my cell phone. The time will be 3/20/2022. It was 3:20 when the Keep Mayuri in message arrived, so I decided to send this one immediately after. Just because it's possible that the Keep Mayuri message could be deleted if I send the new one early. I will have to experience with the idea of erasing the emails like that, but for now I decided I'm better safe than sorry. The message looks like this. Stop, submit, use no fire, lab will burn. After I have typed it up, I proceed to set the timer to that seconds and activate it. It's currently 7:2020, so in order to send an email to 3:2020, the timer should be 240 seconds. Electricity had already begun to discharge. I had selected the receipt. All I need to do was to press send. I raised my right arm and shouted.
震えよ我が右腕。契約に基づき命じる。たけり苦しグレンの炎を沈めよ。
Then I pressed the button. Okay, I saw the change of numbers. Now what? The world trembles, my vision wavers. My heart felt I thought an evil dwarf was running around inside it, breaking things. Wait. There is something broken there. Oh my god. After waiting for things to settle down, I slowly survived my surroundings. A stranger stands in front of me. Who is he? I did not recognize the man at all, but he stands and stares at me. It's creepy. He doesn't seem like someone I should get involved with. I cautiously try to make my way out of his line of sight. Once more, I take my surroundings. The coin lockers in front of the ABDUCTION. As usual, I didn't understand what I was doing there. But there's no question that my reading stainer has activated. The wall line has changed. Suddenly, the something about the stocked coin lockers caught my eyes. The door of the locker in the bottom left corner is severely deformed. My curiosity draws me near. I squat down and take a peek inside. Empty. There was nothing inside. So what? The locker is of no concern. More important, the lab. I have to check on the lab. I took off running in its direction.
ちょっと
It may have been the man from early, but by the time his voice reached my back, I didn't care. I keep running without turning back. 7:31 p.m. I arrive in front of Brown Tube Workshop. I put my hands on my knees, gather my breath, and I look up above me.
消えてる火が消えてる
There was no crackling red lights behind the window. There were no crowds, and Mr. Brown is just watching some variety TV shows on his 42-inch CRT television, as if nothing had happened. Phew, I take a deep breath with my hands on my chest. I wipe my sweat off my forehead and climb the steps to the lab.
ただいま
Before I could say, something strange robbed me of speech. An unexpected sign rushed up to greet me as I opened the door.
No. なんだこれは
Bright red blood is spattered around the room. The blood was not yet dry, still glossy and wet. Calm down, think. What the hell could have happened? I sent a email in the previous word line and moved over to this word line. My email likely canceled the develop submit, but that would have erased the lab fire. But in its place, I look at my watch. It's 7:34. Don't tell me the Rondas raided us. No, that can't be. That's not possible. That was a different word line. Then what do I make of all this blood? Who is it? Come to think of it, where are the lab ma'ams? There wasn't a trace of anyone in the room. No Mayuri, no Kurisu, no Daru. I ran over the developed room, but it was empty too. They weren't here. There was no blood in the developed room, but there was something I didn't recognize. A single piece of paper on the table. I take a look at it. It was a memo. Promisor contract. Rintaro enter a monetary expenditure loan contract in agreement of the following. Effective today offers a loan of 3 should repay Kadon Shimpa LC and Rintaro Okabe. Herbie enter a monetary expeditory loan contract in agreement of the following terms. Section 1. Effective today offers a loan of 3 million yen to B, which B accepts. B should repay A the 3 million yen loan mentioned in the previous section by August 11. either in person or via bank transfer. Interest should be 0% until September 11. Any repayments remaining after this day should incur interest at the rate of 10% per 10 days. August 12. Further down, on the debtor line, there was a signature and initials. The signature read Okabe-rintarun. It was unmistakable, my own handwriting.
バカな金300万だと俺はそんな金を借りた覚えはない
Scoffing at the absurd promissory contract, I rip it up and toss the pieces into the trash. And then I notice. Up until now, I haven't taken a look at myself and noticed the anomalia.
血が
My hands are covered with blood. And it's not just my hands. Examining myself further, I found blackish red blood stains all over my clothes. What the hell? What happened? My hand trembles as I take out my phone. I need to know where the lab memes were. I force my shaking fingers to call MAYURI. Silent, not so much as a ring. And a moment later, a robotic voice gives me a message.
ただいま電話に出ることができません。ピーという発信音の後にお名前とご用件をお話しください。
俺だマユリ大至急連絡をくれ
I then proceed to call Kurisu, then Daru, only to get the same result. No ring, just a robotic message.
くそどうなってる
In my rage, I kick a nearby shelf. If their phones don't ring, that means they must be off, or they have no signal, or they are already. Shaking the trembling thoughts out of my head, I catch a glimpse under the table. There sat the phone wave, time leap machine.
どうも
It took me no time to decide. I don't believe a mere email will solve anything at this point. Even if I manage to avert one tragedy using an email, there's no guarantee that I'd be able to do as a second or third time. My experience in other world lines have been proof of that. So I'm leaping. I will perform a time leap. I will solve this problem by getting to the root of what happened in this lab. I can't see any other way to make things right. Kurisu said that the time leap machine was defective, but it only failed to transmit my memory data once. It may not happen this time. It's worth a shot. In order to prevent this worst case scenario, I must leap at any cost. I activate that and adjust the settings. The magic mode improvement should have been applied to the time leap functionality as well, so I will leap back 2 hours. I thought 1 hour would be too recent and 3 hours would be too far back, so I choose the time in between. I put on the hijab. The fear of losing my memory again crept into my thoughts, but I shut my eyes tightly and pushed it away. I have already decided there's no turning back. The preparations are complete. All I need to do now is to activate the device. I raise my right hand and roll.
いでよズルバン契約に基づき命じる我を過ぎ去る時の名門へといざなえ
Noises pierces my eardrums. I feel like a piece of shattered glass is being driven into every wrinkle of my brain. My vision undulates widely for a moment, then gradually stabilizes. My dizziness thankfully taking the pain in my head with it.
ラボ
I didn't need to look around to figure out where I was. The usual scenario was right before my eyes. In my right hand was a cell phone. My left hand was empty. Fine, empty's fine. Both of my hands were clear, and there were no blood stain on my clothes. I looked at my watch.
タイムリープうまくいったのか
What about my memory? The fact that the question surfaced at all was a sign that it succeeded. I remember everything before the time leap. I could recall everything in vivid detail, even the shape of the splatter of the blood all over the room. Freaking sketchbook! What the hell with that sketchbook? But now that blood is nowhere to be seen. The wall, the floor, the sketchbook on the table.
ねえねえオカリン、何してるの？
I hear a voice behind me. I turn around to see Mayuri standing there with a puzzled look on her face. Mayuri. I'm struck by the sudden urge to embrace her, but I just barely manage to hold myself back. Thought I assumed her safety from the lack of blood in the room. Seeing her is confirmation. The tension in my heart slowly began to relax. I sighed lightly so Mayuri doesn't suspect a thing.
ところでマユリお前こんなところで何をしている？
何ってずっとオカリンと一緒にいたのに変なこと聞くね。
I held back from mentioning anything about my reading Steiner or making a time leap. She probably won't understand even if I try to explain.
さっきちょっと頭を打ってしまってここ数時間の記憶がないのだ。
Then Mayuri said,
大丈夫？お医者さんに見てもらった方が。
いや案ずるなマユリよ。大したことはない。お前から話を聞かせてもらえればすぐに思い出すはずだ。で、何を？
完成したコスを眺めてうっとりしたりとか、ルカ君が着てるところを想像してでへへってしたりとか。
でへへ。
待て、まさかお前ルカ子のところに行ったのか？
行ってないよ。だってオカリンが絶対外に出るなって言ったから。
Okay.
助手とダルはラボにはいないようだが。
いないね。まだ戻ってきてないんだ。っていうか今日はもう戻ってこないんじゃないかな。ダル君は銀座に映画を見に行くって言ってたよ、電話で。コード・ジ・アースの劇場版今やってるでしょ。それの18時の回を見るって。クリスちゃんはわからないけど、でもやっぱり戻ってこないと思うな。
あ？
どうして？
怒ってたから。
なぜ？
オカリンがいきなり開発評議会は中止だって言い出したからだよ。クリスちゃんもダル君も評議会のための買い出しをしてる途中だったのに、突然2人のところに電話をかけて中止だって。
Now I get it. In order to confirm this, I pulled my cell phone out and checked the mailbox. Okay. Now we're gonna see what happened, right? I sent the 3 emails at the bottom, from Mayuri's phone in the first word line. At the top are the ones I sent in the subsequent word line in order to prevent the fire. Having received this email around 3:20, I seem to have followed their instruction to a T. First, I stopped Mayuri from going out and confined her to the lab. Then I called Chris in order to declare that the summit was cancelled. It's no surprise that would upset them, though. Now that I think of it, is Mayuri aware of her kidnapping? Did my past self tell Mayuri don't go anywhere or you will be kidnapped? Judging by her demeanor, that doesn't seem to be the case. Her relaxed, carefree smile doesn't show even a trace of urgency. But that's the way she always is. Her smile is hardly evidence.
おかりん、みたらし団子食べる?
In a blink, Mayuri had a pack of mitarashi dango skewers in her hands. One of the 3 packs commonly sold in convenience stores. Mayuri had already grabbed one of the 3 skewers. 2 left. To eat or not to eat? What? To eat. As I reached out to grab one, suddenly an image surfaced from the back of my mind, brought back by the sticky glossiness of the mitarashi dango. Oh, blood. The fresh blood all over the lab floor and walls. Whose blood was that? If what Mayuri said is true, then Chris and Daru will not come back to lab today. Then it could only be one person.
マユリ、今すぐそのみたらし団子をそこに置け。
もう食べ始めちゃったよ。
だったら食べかけの1本はそのままでいい。残りの2本をテーブルに置くんだ。
Are they poison?
どうして？
出かけるからだ。なんでもだ。
If we stay here, there's a risk we will be attacked by someone. No, not a risk, a certainty.
でも絶対外に出るなってオカリンは言ったよ。2回も。
2回
Twice again? Huh?
1回目はオカリンの携帯にメールが届いた時で、2回目はマユシーの携帯にメールが届いた時、このメールをオカリンに見せたらそう言ったの。
Let me see. Mayuri said as she faced her cell phone screen toward me. No going out. That be safe. She received fairies. For a minute after I received the stop submit message. This email was sent to Mayuri's cell phone at that time. Yet this email composed of 3 messages. It was clear that it had been sent from the future of a different world line. What is... right, blackheads? Blackhead, maybe? No, that seemed both unnatural and unnecessary. Why would staying in the lab help protect us against bad skin? I swear I was like blackhead. The ones that I got on my noses. I envisioned myself putting a massive, poorly washed nose into a gripping stretch. It was so surreal that it made my eye twitch. The message alone is enough to baffle, but there was another peculiar thing about it. Ferris, the sender. Ferris-chan. Ferris-chan is all my others Ferris. Why? Why is the kitty girl sending the email? Mystery, mystery, mystery. All of this nonsense was enough to make my brain short out in a shower of sparks. There was another element that confused me. 2 sentences written in the email. No going out. Lab is safe. They threw me. There's no question that we will be attacked by some enemy if we stay here. but the email that Fairy sends says that the lab is safe, and the strong wording of the no going out message only hammers it home. What do I do? What do I do? My thoughts were interrupted by a high-pitched electronic sound blaring from Mayuri's phone. A red message window pops up on the screen. No remaining battery life, shutting off. A few seconds later, Mayuri's cell phone went black.
充電切れちゃったんだ。ところでオカリン、みたらし団子もう一本食べてもいい？
Mayuri asked, her mouth covered with tart sauce. I sang my response.
好きにしろ。
We still have time. The blood in the lab didn't look to have been there for very long. Whatever tragedy occurred likely happened only 15 minutes before I entered the lab, maybe 30. Even if I thought the attack was an hour before I arrived, we still have 40 minutes or so left. With that in mind, I have decided that my internal time limit is half of that, 20 minutes. I need to decide our course of action within that time. Do we stay here, or do I run away somewhere with Mayuri? We will stay here until our 20 minutes time is up. However, given my uncertainty, I decided to check on the phone wave, just in case. I pointed myself in the direction of the developer room, and a certain piece of paper caught my eyes. The promisor contract. Yeah, because we are in the same world and we didn't change anything. Oh my god, I feel philosophical. Oh my god, understanding. The document that I had just ripped the shred eaten under on the desk. That's not a surprise. Of course it's been reconstructed. I did time leap after all. Once again, I pick up this obnoxious document and stare it down. Effective today, blah blah blah. Its date, August 12th of this year. In other words, yesterday. Apparently I borrowed 3 million yen from Kadono Shinpan Company. But why? Asked Mayuri. Mayuri, do you know about this paper? An unexpected voice met my ears. What do you mean unexpected? It's Mayuri. When I look up, Mayuri's innocent face was directly in front of mine. She chews away at a mouthful of mitarashi dango. From the looks of things, she probably not aware of the contract. Oh, I cautiously returned to its original place, placed my hand on Mayuri's shoulder, and led her back to the common room. I asked her, just to make sure.
Mayuri, 300万円と聞いて何か思い当たることは？
For a second, Mayuri's eyes moved as if she were thinking something over. She stopped chewing.
マユシーが宝くじで当てた金額のことかな。
宝くじ？
ラボの共同資産を運用したの。みんなには内緒で、マユシーがこっそり買っちゃったんだ。できる主婦みたいでしょ。ってあれ？オカリン、さっきはここ数時間の記憶がないって言ってたよね。宝くじを当てたのは1ヶ月ぐらい前のことだけど、それも覚えてないの？
She's always been pretty sharp. Fortunately, I have a go-to method for situations like this. I held my head in my hands and started screaming.
頭が割れそうだ。
どうしたのオカリン？
機関によって埋め込まれたリコレクリジェクターダイアレイト、通称 R2A が作動を始めたのだ。宝くじのことを思い出せなくなってしまったのはきっとそのため。
そんな大丈夫？
大丈夫かどうかはお前次第だ。
どういうこ ことを？
奪われた記憶を取り戻すことによって R2A に逆向きの脳内パルスを送り込むことができる。そうすれば R2A を破壊することが可能なのだ。さあ、だから教えてくれ、マユリ。宝くじで当てた300万円はその後どうなった？
Mary balls her hands into tight fists, through her brow and spoke.
使っちゃったよ。
Huh?
何に？
未来ガジェット魔改造計画に。
Okay.
ガジェットを改良するための資金にしたというのか？
だってさっきも言ったけど、もともと宝くじはラボのお金で買ったものだったし、だからラボのためになるようなことに使おうってみんなで相談して決めたの。それに発明コンテストで大賞を取れば300万円はそっくりそのまま戻ってくることになるでしょ。というわけで未来ガジェット研究所の明るい未来に投資することにしたんだよ。あ、最後のはオカリンの言葉の受け売りだけど。
Mayuri responded, swinging the half-eaten stick of Mitarashi Dango around with a stern look on her face.
ちなみにコンテストにはもう応募したのか？
締め切りは8月31日だから、それまではできるだけ改良を続けるって。ねえオカリン、本当に大丈夫？
Mayuri looks at my face with concern. I put my finger against my temple, shake my head lightly, then speak.
ああ、もう大丈夫だ。R2A の破壊に成功したらしい。
よかった。
Mayuri sighs deeply and looks at me with twinkling eyes. Then, seemingly remembering the Mitarashi Dango in her hand, she takes another bite. That's one mystery solved. I now know where the funding for the Magic Mob project came from. But that was not the answer I was looking for. The contract is still shrouded in mystery. Why would I borrow 3 million yen? I didn't even have enough evidence to base any theories on. If this wasn't used to fund the Magic Mob project, then... Could it be for the ransom? The idea blinking into my head. Maybe the kidnapper demanded 3 million yen in exchange for their hostage life. Maybe that's why I needed to borrow the money. The price is fairly low by typical ransom standards, but if I were the target, it would make sense. There's no way a mere student like me could come up with hundreds of billions of yen. However, the kidnapping occurred only in the first world line. The Mayuri of this world line has neither gone missing nor become anyone hostage. Wait, hostage? When I turned around, Mayuri was reaching for the third Mitarashi Dango skewer. Seemingly, since my gaze, she slowly turned to face me. She laughed, embarrassed. Then she takes a bite of Mitarashi Dango. That Mitarashi Dango got something. Her mouth is dripping. She licks the tear sauce off of her because they're putting a lot of details on these freaking Mitarashi Dangos that I cannot see who they are. Nothing has changed. Mayuri eating dango with a blissful smile on her face. She regained that smile the day she became my hostage. Mayuri was 11 years old when her beloved grandmother died. After that, she had lost both her words and her smile. She may have lost her hearing too. No matter how many times I called her name, she never responded. It was the cemetery where her deceased grandmother sleeps. For over half a year, Mayuri stood in front of her gravestone every single day. even on rainy days and windy days. I was in middle school back then, but because I was worried about Mayuri, I often went to the cemetery to check on her. Mayuri always stood in front of the gravestone, silently looking up at the sky. She looked so ephemeral. It was as if she could disappear at any moment. So I called her name over and over again to try to keep her here. But Mayuri never responded. Holding her pocket watch tightly in her hand, she just stared up into the heavens. That pocket watch was a keepsake from her grandmother, Mayuri's most important treasure. Mayuri always carried it with her. That old antique pocket watch. It was quite a while later that I found out that it had a name, Pockety. And one rainy day, Mayuri stood in front of that gravestone umbrella in hand as she gazed up the falling rain. The rain eventually subsided and light broke through the clouds. A phenomenon known as Rembrandt rays or an angel's leather. For a moment, I lost myself in the beautiful sign before me. Then a gust of wind blew by and carried Mayuri's umbrella away. But Mayuri hardly seemed to notice. Slowly, she reached her hand towards the beckoning ray of light. It looked as though she was trying to grab onto an invisible ladder. She stands up on the very edge on her tiptoes, climbing, rising. She's going to be taken away. So without thinking, I grabbed Mayuri's bristle, and before I knew it, I was embracing her. I didn't realize how embarrassing those words were until I said them.
マユリは俺の人質だ。人体実験の生贄なんだ。
So, to hide my experiment, I just started chaining words together. This line came from an enemy boss character from a hero drama that Mayuri and I were into. He was supposed to be a mad scientist, and I was good at impersonating him. Said Mayuri in my arms. Her small shoulder shook. The voice I had heard for half a year was quiet and rage, but very comfortable to my ear. Mayuri said as she burrowed her face into my chest. Her warm tears seemed to permeate my skin. From that day, Mayuri became my hostage. As my hostage, Mayuri regained her words, but she still periodically visited the cemetery. I went with her every time, offering flowers with her. Every time we visited the graveyard, we made sure to stop by a food stall to eat dango. She always ordered me tirashi dango. Mayuri, savoring the bite she'd taken, regained her usual smile. Suddenly, a muffled, bassy sound growled into the room. I hear a car door shut. Something feels wrong. I rush over to the window and look down. There's a single car parked in front of the brown tube workshop. A black SUV with tinted windows. It did not look friendly, but it was surrounded by something even further from friendly. Around the car stood men wearing black hoods.
おいおい待ってくれ。何なんだあいつらは。
With their deep hoods, the men were wearing creepy masks. No, not just the mask. Everything about their appearance just seemed to drip with suspicion. Are these rounders? Wait, these are not black heads or whatever. I eliminated the thought the moment it entered my head. These men are not rounders. Rounders don't stand out like that during surveillance. What's more, I know from other worldlines that their rate is at another time. Then debit collectors? That possible was also weeded out immediately. According to the contract, the repayment deadline wasn't until next year. There was no way they would come to collect the money I had just borrowed yesterday. But then, who are these people? When it hit me, I remembered the email that was sent to my cell phone. Oh my god, I'm intelligent! Okay, not that level, but I did think a little. Maybe that was supposed to mean black hoods instead of black heads. Oh! But that will mean... When I turned around, I saw Mayuri running towards me. I reactively grabbed Mayuri's head and pulled her down next to me. There's no point in hiding it now, I told her without hesitation.
Mayuri, よく聞いてくれ。お前は別の世界線で誘拐された。もしかしたらこの世界線でもさらわれることになるかもしれん。つまり何者かに狙われているんだよ。お前は。
Mayuri tilted her head slightly. That was her response.
とにかく外にいる連中はその誘拐犯かもしれないんだ。もしそうだとしたらお前がここにいるとバレるのはまずい。だから
よくわからないけどわかったよ。それじゃあマユシーは開発室の方に行ってるね。
Mayuri lays flat on the floor, then rolls towards the development room and disappears inside.
危機感ゼロだな。
I mutter to myself, then look out the window again. While Mayuri's overpowering tranquility nearly made me forget this was a dire situation. 5 mystery men stand in front of the brown tube workshop as if to block out path. The Ohiyame building is very closely surrounded by similar buildings on each side, but the entrance, there's no alternative way out. I thought about jumping from out bathroom window to the building directly across from it, but when I took a closer look, I realized that the window of the other building was reinforced with steel fencing, so it would be impossible to sneak in. So in order to escape, I have to get down the stairs and pass all 5 men with Mayuri in tow. But I didn't believe that would be possible. It would be hard alone. Attempting to escape while leading Mayuri along by the hand would be a fool's errand. Then what can I do? How do I get out of this? The door to our lab is securely locked, but I knew from experience that the lock was brittle and could be broken with a kick. If those 5 men get in here, we're finished. Even I, a master of... I'm only human without a blade. Fighting 5 people to protect Mayuri may be too much for me to handle. At that moment, my cell phone rang. My ears were assailed by a booming voice, so deep it sounded as though it were emerging from underground. But I recognized it. I don't?
山村先生、中学の頃の担任の。違うわ。だったらお前は誰だ？ 名を名乗れ。
マキセよ、マキセクリス、わからないの？
ハットチャンネルはクリスか。ちょうどいいところに。
その二つ名はやめろ。
とにかく聞いてくれクリスティーナ。大変なことになったんだ。
大変なことになったのはこっちも同じ。全部あんたのせいなんだからね。
何が？
携帯を落としたのよ。
どこに？
トイレに。水没させちゃったの。サルベージには成功したけど、うんともすんとも言わないわ。
つまり壊れたと。
そうよ。だからこうして公衆電話からかけてるんじゃない。
それはお悔やみ申し上げます。
ふざけてるの？
だがそれがどうして俺のせいになれ。
あんたが突然開発評議会は中止だなんて言い出したからよ。買い出しの途中だったのにね。いきなり電話をかけてきて理由も告げずに一方的に評議会の中止を宣言した。だから私はむしゃくしゃして。
むしゃくしゃして？
このネカフェに。
ネットカフェにいるのかお前。
今笑っただろ。
笑ってはいない。草を生やしただけだ。とにかくそのネットカフェのトイレに携帯を落としてしまったと。
そうだから全部あんたのせいなの。
I'm not really seeing the cause and effect at war here, but whatever. This isn't the time to quibble?
クリスティーナ、落ち着いたか？
何？
その様子だとどうやら留飲を下げてくれたようだな。
だから何なのよ。
では聞いてくれ。もう一度言う。大変なことになったんだ。
Told her everything that I got gone through, everything about the suspicious man outside. I didn't leave a single detail out. After listening to my story, Carissa let out a small sigh and spoke.
わかったわ。とにかく目下の最優先事項はマユリの身の安全を確保することにあると。
Everything falls silent. All I can hear from the cell phone is white noise. But it didn't last long. Somebody knocks on the door.
まさか。
どうしたの？
I take a quick look out the window. No one there. The man in black hood that stood around the car had disappeared. Which would mean...
まずいことになった。今連中はドアの外にいる。
鍵は？
かかってる。だが蹴破られるのは時間の問題だろう。
Another silence. My hands grow wet with perspiration. My cell phone almost slipped out my right hand, but I used my left to support it. After a moment, Carissa spoke.
私の言った通りにして考えがあるの。
Okay.
考え？
質問は禁止よ。ドアの外に連中がいるんでしょ。時間がないの。さっさと動いて。
動くって言ったって何をすればいいんだ？
電話レンジの設定を D メールを送るの。
D メール？
質問は禁止って言ったはずだけど。
そうは言うが詳しく説明してくれないと D メールの送りようが。
勘違いしないで。送るのはあんたじゃないから。この私が送るの。ほら、分かったらさっさと動く。
It seemed I had no choice but to follow her instructions. I jumped into the develop room to set up the phone wave. Mayuri was there. She sat in the corner of the room holding her knees, a pair of headphones on her head. It looks like she's listening to music on a portable music player. She looks at me and cocks her head. I hold out my hand to tell her not to move and mouth the words, "Don't worry." Then activate. I put the cell phone in my ear again and spoke.
一つだけ聞かせてくれ。どうしてタイムリープではなく D メールなんだ。
別の世界線での私はタイムリープマシンは欠陥品だって言ったんでしょ。私は私の言葉を信じる。それだけ。
How do you know? But I just made a successive time leap. I want to protest, but my words were whipped away by the sound of the door knob rattling violently. It doesn't look like I have time to argue.
わかったよ。それで D メールの転送先と時刻は？
転送先は岡部の携帯。時刻は3時間前。タイマーを180秒にセットして。
なんで3時間前なんだ？
うるさいわね。いちいち質問が多いのよ。マユリを助けたくないの。
I click my tongue and do as she says.
終わったぞ。転送先は俺の携帯。タイマーは180秒にセットした。
それじゃあ今からきっかり3分後に電話レンジを起動して。頼んだわよ。
おい、ちょっと待てよ。どうして？
Before I could say 3 minutes, she hung up.
くそ。
The 3 minutes felt like an eternity as they passed by. They were punctuated by the continuous raucous noise of the door knob being twisted and shoved. The sound of knocking didn't stop either. I almost lost my mind worrying when the door would finally break open. On the other hand, Mayuri was happily tapping her fingertips, humming and otherwise enjoying her music. Then the time finally arrived. I have no idea what Kurisu is scamming, but I thought that for now I need to trust her. I believe she can make something happen. With a prayer in my heart, I activate the phone wave. A moment later comes the electrical discharge. Then my phone rang. When I look at my phone screen, it displayed public phone just as it did earlier. It's curious what could have happened. I hurried to press to the talk button on my phone.
ごめん、大至急 D メールの転送先を変えて。
What?
なんだと？放電現象はすでに始まってるぞ。
いいから早く転送先をマユリの携帯に。気づいたのよ。その方が敵にバレる危険性が少ないって。
Countless questions run through my brain, but I didn't have the time to ask any of them. I have never changed receipt while electrical discharge was occurring. Will it work? I don't know, but I had no other choice. I had to try. I changed the receipt to my cell phone, just as Kurisu instructed.
できたぞ。
サンクス。ギリギリ間に合ったわね。これで全て完了よ。間もなくリーディングシュタイナーが発動するはず。私が書いたメール、遅延送信されるように設定しておいたの。だからもうすぐ。あ、そうそう。最後に一つだけ教えてあげるわ。
What?
D メールの送信先の時刻を3時間前にした理由。今は18時18分でしょ。私はね、マユリを助けると同時に壊れた携帯も救いたかったの。じゃあ、あとはよろしく。
After she hung up, I realized I had failed to ask her one important thing. What did the email say? But that question soon melted away into the distorting world in front of me. I shut my eyes tightly and waited for the usual noises to fade away. When my sense of balance returned to me, I slowly opened my eyes. I could see someone standing in front of me. Kurisu. Okay. We gonna let it till here, obviously. Oh my god. What the hell? This episode. Like this whole line. It's so intense. And it's scary. Wow. It really gets you in, like, it's too strong. I'm in love with it. but you guys get me. What the hell is freaking going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can't wait for later on to continue playing it. Ooh. I got nothing to say. Blood Hood in person now. The kidnapping. Fire. What? Oh my god. Ooh. Okay guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. I'm just scared. Right, really, I'm like, okay. Yeah. They should make the door stronger. Yeah. And I don't know what else. So guys, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one if you guys want. I don't know.